Welcome to the first episode of A Closer Look, Safeguarding the Vulnerable. The internet can be a powerful tool for education and communication, but it also harbors a darker side, one where predators lurk behind screens targeting the most vulnerable, our children. I recently sat down with Detective Jennifer Ryder to discuss how the Chesapeake Police Department is working alongside other agencies to investigate and help prevent online child exploitation. Thank you for joining me today, Detective Ryder.
Yes, of course.
So, can you give us an overview of what is considered internet crimes against children?
Internet crimes against children are typically crimes that involve the exploitation, the endangerment or abuse of children using online platforms in the form of child sexual exploitation, sextortion, or online solicitation.
What types of cases do you handle most frequently?
Child exploitation, which includes the production, the possession, and the distribution of child sexual assault material, which is more commonly known as child pornography. That would be the majority of our cases, followed by online enticement or solicitation, followed by sextortion cases.
How do most internet crimes against children cases begin?
Most of internet crimes against children cases begin with cyber tips, which are reports made by tech companies and the public to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. There's also undercover operations that law enforcement hold, and there is digital tracking, which encompasses the peer-to-peer and dark web.
So tech companies, does that mean like Facebook and social media?
Yes,
Do they
any
report some of
electronic
these?
service provider.
Okay.
Anything from Snapchat to Google.
What are some of the biggest challenges in investigating internet crimes against children?
Anonymity and encryption would be one of the biggest challenges because offenders use VPNs, Tor, dark web, encrypted messaging apps to hide their identities.
And I'm sure it's just technology every day.
Yes, it's always evolving technology. That's another one. The volume of cases and the digital evidence that comes with it. Law enforcement receives millions of cyber tips each year, and the amount of child sexual assault material and metadata that has to be gone through is extremely time consuming.
How do you track offenders on the dark web and on encrypted websites?
Undercover operations are helpful with that. Law enforcement are able to pose as juveniles or offenders in the different forums, chat groups, and different electronic platforms. The artificial intelligence is used to help scan these areas for different phrases and such that would indicate that the trading and distribution of child sexual assault material is occurring. And also the exploitation of human error, which is what we see a lot.
How do you coordinate or work with other agencies like the FBI?
We work together very closely. Some of our cases are overlap. So most law enforcement agencies have task force officers, TFOs, and they work alongside the federal partners, and they are deputized, so they have a broader reach with their powers for arrest.
How do you identify victims, especially when traffickers use fake identities?
This is a very difficult, challenging part of these investigations because they do depend on that anonymity, and they think no one can find out who they are. So investigators use a combination of things to identify them. They use the artificial intelligence. It helps a lot. Digital forensics helps to identify them, and once they are identified, the victims, it's a victim-centered approach to helping retrieve them and get them out of that situation.
What steps do you take to protect children once an online crime has been reported?
First, We use law enforcement intervention, which we will locate the victim and their guardian and approach them and let them know what's going on and make sure they're aware of it. Then we secure the digital evidence, of course, if we can, from the victim if they have any source of the evidence. We protect the victim by contacting CPS if a safety plan needs to be put into place. And we encourage counseling and try to get them set up with that as well. We prevent re-victimization by educating the victim and the guardian on internet safety and how they can secure their social media accounts. We also build a solid legal case from the digital evidence so that it can stand up in court and not be refuted.
How do you work with the families or schools to educate them on digital safety?
Our agency utilizes our school resource officers to engage with the schools and families for internet safety. They're in contact with Chesapeake's children every day. But our unit, the ICAC unit, is often also asked to give presentations on internet safety. And anytime we come in contact with a live victim from one of our cases, we always educate them the best we can for internet safety in the amount of time we have with them, and direct them to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's website, which has amazing program where they can go online with the parent, and the parent can pick out things for them to do as well to learn, and it's all age appropriate, age-based videos and games.
Is an altered image or artificial intelligence image still considered a crime?
Yes. Artificial intelligence-based images are illegal in Virginia. Any picture, any photograph, any video, any sculpture, motion picture, film, or digital image at all of a child that is in a state of nudity or in any sexual conduct is illegal in Virginia. And the faces, they don't have to be real. They don't have to be a real person for it to be illegal. Any image that has a likeness of under 18 that's nude or in some type of sexual activity is illegal.
Okay. What role does digital evidence play in securing a conviction?
Digital evidence is critical in investigations with child exploitation for securing convictions, as well as the prosecuting of it or the investigation in itself. All of it revolves around the digital evidence. Child exploitation is all done on electronic devices,
Right.
so it's all going to be digital evidence. It provides concrete, traceable evidence that allows us to identify the offenders and the victims and ensures that the cases are going to hold up in court.
So talk about Quincy and the role that he plays in assisting in these cases.
Quincy is our unit's electronic storage detection canine. He is capable of locating any electronic device that is able to store and transmit data. He is an invaluable tool for us. We are able to utilize him on search warrants, and he can locate items that may have been overlooked. As you know, a lot of the items able to hold data may be as small as the nail in your pinky. So it's very easily overlooked by a human eye, but he ensures that we don't leave one item that's capable of storing child sexual abuse material when we leave a search warrant. He is not a probable cause maker like a narcotics canine. We have to already have consent or have a warrant to be where we're at to utilize Quincy. He has definitely helped. We have found things that have been overlooked after we've ran him. After the search was completed, we have found things that were hidden from view that if we searched long and hard enough, I'm sure that we would be able to find, but he's able to point it to us right away.
What can parents and the public do to help prevent these types of crimes?
stopping the online crimes against children requires vigilant parents, engaged communities, and public awareness of the type of crimes that we investigate. By teaching children at a very, very early age internet safety at home, and reporting any suspicious behavior that the public or guardians, parents may see, that can help to stop child exploitation and to keep our children safe.
Right. Well, I appreciate it,
Thank you.
Detective, and this is such good information, and I think education is the key in these types of crimes
It is.
as well.
I agree.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me on the first episode of this special series on safeguarding the vulnerable. It is important to remember that technology is evolving rapidly, and efforts to protect children require constant vigilance, public awareness, collaboration between law enforcement, tech companies, educators, and families.